Hey, it's Camo with the Nashville Access Facebook show presented by Solis North Gulch Apartments, where taste matters. Got to say hello to our UK viewers who are tuning in for the first time in prime time in the UK. And so a big welcome to you. Thanks for being here. We hope you enjoy the show. And for those of you celebrating or honoring the D-Day festivities in the UK and in Europe, thank you to all our servicemen who took part in that, and the list of those are dwindling daily. On a lighter note, we have entertainment for you. Dance, monkey, dance. Look, boys and girls, it's James Wesley. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Good. It's good to have you on the show today.
It's good to be here. Appreciate it.
CMA week, so you've got a big, full schedule of stuff.
There's a little bit of everything. There's some things that's just getting thrown at me, every hour, every minute. So
I think that's the motto of CMA week. Let's sit down and
all right.
talk.
Sounds good.
So you're a star on the rise, which is a good thing. It's better than being the other end of the scale.
Yeah. Still paying my dues.
Yeah, and I imagine in your head you're saying, how long are these dues going to last?
Right. They just keep coming.
Yeah, but it's CMA Fest, and today was the official start of the festival. I think it's even longer now. I think things start Monday, but the official start today, and the official start of you being insane for the week.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what day it is after the day before with so many things going on. But it's all good.
This isn't your first CMA.
No, it's not. I've had a few underneath my belt, but this is every year's different.
And every year's building.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just more and more every year, like you say. But it's good. I mean, it's good to be where I'm at right now with with a new single that I've released. We released it May 17th,
nice. And
so far it's been doing really well.
How far are you on the Music Row charts?
Well, not charted yet, but as far as like listeners with Spotify and with some of the digital buys and downloads and everything, it's been doing really well. So
that's always the challenge is for an up and coming artist is you throw money at trying to get it on the radio, which when you say how much money do you need to spend to get the radio, that's like saying how long is a piece of string.
Yeah.
And then do you make use of all these digital platforms like Spotify and Apple Music where you're getting music directly to the people?
Sure.
And trying to get onto those key playlists.
Well, I think the thing that helped me out, that's helping me out the most, is that I've got a lot of really good friends in radio, major market and secondary radio. That's
helps.
Oh, it's really helped. I had several that I get emails from, or even like message me on Facebook and say, "Hey, send me that new single when you're ready to send it out."
That's great when radio is saying that to you instead of you on your knees begging to them.
Yeah, right.
Please give me a spin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I've been fortunate in that. So that's been great.
Have you been getting onto these playlists that are curated and been able to get into making any inroads with those?
Right now it's mostly just on like you say, like Apple and Spotify, Pandora, Google Play.
Which is great, but I mean there are no easy ways of doing things.
No.
And getting onto those, it's sometimes just as difficult as radio because there's a vast, everybody and their brother can put music up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, how do you find James Wesley?
Right.
Without searching specifically for James Wesley.
Yeah. Luckily, I've been fortunate enough that I've had music out before.
Yeah.
When I was with Broken Bow, and I parted with them last July.
Yeah.
So I'm doing an independent thing, and one thing about doing an independent, it's you're pulling your own strings, and making certain things happen,
sometimes
the way you
good,
want.
sometimes bad.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
What was it like? Tell us about the road to getting signed to Broken Bow, which of course is Jason Aldean's label.
Yeah, I was here in Nashville for a while, and I sent a demo to the label,
Wow.
And they liked what they heard. And Benny Brown, the owner of the label, he was still living in California, out around Corning, California.
Yeah.
And
I like that dinnerware.
yeah, right. It'll last forever.
It does.
But he actually called me and he said, "Hey, I'd love for you to come out to California." I went out there and did a showcase for them, and it was like a year later before I even signed. You know, you're all excited, thinking, "Oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to get to be on this label."
Yeah, then you think, "Oh, they've forgotten me. They're not interested. I suck." And,
yeah.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I'm still, you know, doing landscape and shingling and what it takes to pay the bills. And he called me. I was actually landscaping a yard, putting mulch out. And of all the places, Desmond Child, it was his house.
Wow.
And yeah, for those that don't know who Desmond is,
yeah.
he's an amazing songwriter.
He's a real hook guy.
Yeah.
He would pretty much write the hook and then let the artist fill in around it. You know, he did that with Van Halen, Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Huge bands.
Yeah. He's written for so many people.
Yeah. And still getting those nice $500 a year checks for 2 million spins or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I remember reading an article from him saying, like I've written some of the biggest songs.
Dude looks
in the
like
world.
a lady for Aerosmith, and just
Yeah, and he's getting $500 check for 20 million spins or
what
something.
should be
That's insane.
what it used to be in the day. It would be nice nowadays.
Yeah.
But
So you found out you got signed while you're putting mulch down at Desmond Child's house.
yeah, and see, and it was pouring down rain, and I was sitting in my truck waiting for the rain to stop.
This is the life of a celebrity.
That's exactly right. Don't forget that. So I'm sitting in my truck, and Benny calls, and he said, that was the other thing. It was like my last name. See, I was with Warner Brothers earlier on. I signed a developmental deal in '94. Of course, you know, we did the record, and nothing really started happening until like '97.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we released a single with them called Life Goes On. But I'm sitting in the truck, and at that time, it was James Prosser. Prosser's my last name, my real last name. And so he calls me and he says, "Hey James," he said, "been thinking about names. What do you think about changing your last name?" And I was like, "Well, I kind of like my last name, Benny." And he says, "Well, I've been kind of thinking about it. You know, you're at Warner Brothers and it was Prosser." I said, "Well, my middle name's Wesley." And he goes, "All right, I like that." And so that's how it all came about with the whole James Wesley. Just wanted something to change it up so it wasn't still, with the Warner Brothers name. But thank God it's still my name.
Yeah, I know. Right?
No alias or.
So, I mean, that's amazing. So you get signed by Broken Bow, and then what happened?
I got signed with them, and then we released the first single was Jackson Hole. Benny was still living in California. So he had one of his other guys that was kind of taking care of the label there. We released the single, no face, just my name on it, and it looked like a piece of barnwood, and it said Jackson Hole, and that was the very first single. Jackson Hole went 47 on the charts. Really didn't have the promotion that should have been there. Had it had the promotion, then this was it was a great song. I thought it was a great song, and even.
But you can have a great song, the best song in the world, but if there's no promotion behind it, there's no buzz, people talking about the song, and hey, you got to hear this song.
Oh yeah, and it was a Rodney Clawson cut too. And he's had several songs like I Saw God Today, and the list goes on and on.
He's still getting big hits.
Yeah. And I still get program directors still to this day go, "Man, that Jackson Hole, what a great song." Yeah.
A lot of people out there don't realize that being signed to a label is a lot like being signed to a professional sports team. You have the quarterback, you have the stars, and then you have the rest of the team players, and then you got the people on the bench, and then you have the people on the practice team.
Right.
And
bring in the specialties.
Yep, and sometimes if one of the big stars, something happens, then they've got somebody to move over and plug in and put all their money behind that.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are just kept, just
Well,
waiting.
and
that's what it is. It's just waiting and hoping.
Yeah, and I mean, I had some success. I really did. I mean, I can't complain because after Jackson Hole came out, we did a song called Real.
Right.
And Real did really well. Yeah.
For real?
No fun, yeah. and then we released another single called Didn't I?
Yeah.
And Didn't I it did amazing. And then it was kind of after that, it was kind of like what you were talking, there was they had a little change in the regime over there, and somebody else came in and brought somebody that they wanted, more than I. And so then I got put on the back burner, and that's what happens, and it does happen.
It's the biz. Yeah.
So you just draw another number out of the hat, and
it could be worse. I mean, there are labels out there that sign artists just to prevent them from being signed by somebody else.
Yeah.
Just like sports teams do, and in which case your career does nothing.
Yeah.
They aren't interested in promoting you, spending money on you. You got signed, and you can tell people about it, but that's about all the good it is.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
Yeah. It really sucks because so much great talent like yourself just gets kind of, we'll wait and see something is happening. Oh, nothing's happening. Let's cut it.
Yeah. Well, and then when I was at Warner Brothers, they joked about it. I was kind of one of the first to witness protection program.
Oh yeah, the artist protection
program. So that's kind of where it was, with them. I mean, I signed in '94. I remember I was living in Arkansas at the time in Eureka Springs, and I'd sent a demo in. It was just a couple songs that I'd written, and then a couple covers that I'd sent in there.
It's the old school way of doing it.
Oh yeah, and Lisa Bradley at the time, which is married to Joe Dole, a great songwriter, wrote in Pictures for Alabama and Smoke Back in a Cigarette for Jason Aldean. And
a great song.
And I get this call one day, and it's from Doug Grau. And he was the head of A&R there along with Paige Levy. Well, Paige Levy, when she was there, she signed Randy Travis and several other artists. And she was like, man, you got to go see this guy. So Doug flies in and comes to Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and I was performing on a show there.
How do you fly into Eureka Springs, Arkansas?
You fly into Fayetteville. You fly into Fayetteville, Arkansas.
A crop duster passes over tips, so you fall out.
That's right. We're going to come about 15 foot, and we're going to drop you off on a soft pine tree. But yeah, they dropped Doug off, flew him into Fayetteville, and then he rented a car and came over and loved what he heard and signed me to a developmental deal in '94. And like I say, it was like '97, and then almost 2000, we released a single, Life Goes On.
How do you deal with all of that psychologically? Is it, saying, well, this is how it works, and I just have to deal with it, or is there a lot of ups and downs that you?
Oh,
it's frustration.
It's a roller coaster. I mean, it is. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to get frustrated because, I mean, the hard thing is that when you do the shows and people come out and go, oh my gosh, man, I love that song, love your voice, man, you just.
Why are you on the radio?
Yeah. You need to be bigger than where you're at right now. You need to be playing bigger places, and I have done that. I've had the opportunity of getting to open up for some big people, just like Taylor Swift when she invited me to be on that tour, that Speak Now, with her, and that was amazing to get to be out with her.
And see what happens when a label actually spends money on an artist.
Yeah, right.
Or dad spends money on an artist.
Yeah.
Not to take anything away from Taylor. I mean,
she's very talented girl, and she was so good to us. I mean, me and my whole band. I mean, she gave us a bus and everything for that tour, and then the meals were unreal. You walk to the table and you're like, dear Lord, what's going on here?
And now you're an indie artist and you're eating gas station sushi.
Right. What can we find today, boys?
So you've been through the whole label thing a couple of times, and that hasn't worked out. And here you are as an indie artist, where you're the only one you have to answer to.
Right.
Is that nice being in charge of your own career now?
It is. I can do, and of course, you know, I've never been too choosy about where I play, because the way I feel about that.
I've heard the rumors.
Yeah, have you?
Oh, get James.
Some are
He'll play there.
Yeah, well, some of them are true. Some of them
Weddings,
aren't.
bar mitzvahs. Yeah, let's call James.
Yeah, flagpole days.
Yeah.
You know, I've played them all. I remember the first, kind of on the subject, but I remember the first show that I played. I actually played a flagpole day back home, and in Altamont, Kansas. And I had a lady come up to me, and she goes, "My daughter's going to be celebrating it was her 14th birthday, and I'd love to have you come over and play." You know, I thought, yeah, this is great. I had an old Ford pickup truck. It was a '66.
Wow.
And just got my equipment, boy. I was in tall cotton there, boy. And I remember backing up to the patio there, put my speakers on the tripod out beside each side of my truck, and I sang in the bed of my pickup truck to all these little girls for their birthday party. And
just so you know, I've got a guy that's opening a crematorium. He could probably use you.
yeah, could he? Yeah. But hey, I'll sing anywhere.
Let's do a song, and then we'll come back and
All
talk
right.
about the new music and
All right.
CMA and what you got going on.
All right. Do we want to hear the new single, or do we want to play
Let's do the new single.
the new single? All right.
Yeah,
Let's
do
do
the
that.
next song after that.
All right.
Let's do the music.
All right.
You're watching the Nashville Access Facebook show with Camo and my special guest James Wesley.
This song is called Running, and I've been doing a lot of running. This old truck has seen better days. Windshield's cracked and it's feeling pain. Just like me in a lot of ways, but still running. On August night, you changed our plans. And this old truck was my moving van. I'm a million miles from being your man, and still running. And I'll be running, pushing that red line. As long as your memories are made behind. And I'll be running as far as I can go, till I run out of time or run out of road. I'll be running. It's so hard, might miss a beat. You catch up to me in my dreams, but as soon as I'm up, I put boots on my feet and I'm running. And I'll be running, pushing that red line. As long as your memories are made behind. And I'll be running as far as I can go, till I run out of time or run out of road. I'll be running. The further I get, the more I regret not turning this truck around. But I've gotta keep battling on through the night, keep putting this pedal down. 'Cause I know, yes I know, that I'll be running, pushing that red line. As long as your memories a little behind. And I'll be running as far as I can go, till I run out of time or run out of road. I'll be running.
That's a great song.
Well, thank you.
That's a great song. I really like that. I mean, to me, that's a top 10. Easy.
Well, knock on wood, I hope that's where it goes. That
I'll
would
tell
be
the
awesome,
guy,
Camo.
I'll tell the guy on the street corner that he's the only guy that pays attention to me, but somebody will listen.
There's always somebody that's going to listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give him a buck and be, hey, James Wesley, top 10.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
That's a great song.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I wrote that with Markham Stewart and Zach Rickson, and it was the first time we got together, and we had no idea. I mean, we went in that morning, and nobody had any idea. We
Which
just
is
sat
quite
there.
often the story when you write a song.
Yeah, and sometimes that's the best, to go in with a clean slate, and you don't have something already stuck in your head. But we sat up there and we were just talking, and that's where it went. We wrote that song, I don't know, probably an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow. It's funny because songs can come together so easily and so quickly, and then there are ones you slave over and say, and
Right.
I mean, you just get nothing.
Yeah, days, sometimes even years. I mean, I've talked to some songwriters. Oh, we thought this song was going to be, was going to come easy, and he said we still don't have a finish, and here it is. It's a year and a half later.
Yeah, and sometimes considerably longer than that too.
Yeah.
The song can sit there.
That's true.
Is the songwriting portion to you is that as much fun as getting out and performing?
What's so cool about when you sit down and write a song, you walk in, you may have an idea, and then you get in there and it's not even, you end up coming up with something totally different.
Yeah.
But it's when you walk out of that room and you've got this song that nobody has heard, and you've either pinned it on paper or you've got it on your iPad or your computer, and you're the only one that's got this song
And you know
at this
it's
time.
good.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing.
Yeah.
And then when you finally go in the studio and you cut it and you get to hear it with everything behind it, all the instrumentation, it's like, golly, man, this is like, it's two different entities, I guess. With that, you get the satisfaction that you went in and you co-wrote this song, you wrote this song, and you're proud of it, and you can't wait for the world to hear it. And then when you get out there and you're performing, and to me, I love playing the smaller, intimate crowds where you can look at people's eyes and you can see what they're thinking, and you can actually hear them talking to you at times when you stop playing and somebody will say something and you can talk to them.
Which is excellent unless they come up and stick a $5 bill in your
Yeah. And then sometimes you're like, wow, that's great, I needed gas.
Have you ever been in the position of writing a song and you think, man, this is killer, this is it, and then you go into the studio and the producer says, we'll leave that one off.
Yeah.
What's that feeling like? You go in and you're just stoked, we got to do this song.
Well, yeah, I've been fortunate enough that I really haven't had that. I have gone in where we put music to it, and the music just didn't ramp it like I thought it would, thought it would do. And then
in your head, you're hearing this fully produced, beautiful, amazing song. And
fireworks are going off, and it's like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I did. But I have been fortunate enough, where I've gotten to write with some really great writers. And there's a song that Andrew Dorff wrote along with Rodney Clausen and John McElroy.
And Andrew, of course, just
passed away. Yeah, been getting close to maybe almost 2 years, maybe now. But
what a sad thing, because killer writer.
Yeah, and a good guy too. I got to meet him several times, and he was always just such a nice guy, And when that happened, it was pretty tragic. When you heard the news, I'm like, no way, because I just saw him. Yeah. That's what's so strange.
I just saw him.
Yeah, just talk to him. Yeah, and it happens, and it's unreal. One of the great things, though, I've got this song that he was a co-writer on, and that was supposed to be it was actually supposed to be on the record. We did do a record at Broken Bow, but it was never released.
And I'm assuming you didn't have your masters. You didn't own your masters.
I did not.
That's a drag.
Yeah.
You can buy them back, but
you can buy them back.
You can buy them back.
Yeah. What are you willing to sell and give up, and
and
get a loan, and But
yeah, because it ain't cheap. I mean, I've heard $250,000 to get
Oh, yeah.
masters back, and that's nothing. Really.
yeah, that's about what it was when I could have gotten my master's back from the first label.
The artist protection label.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that song, and I may even do that one. It's called "You Should Be Here with Me." But that was one that Andrew Dorff he had penned. So.
Yeah, let's do that in a minute. Let's talk about CMA now.
Sure.
For people outside the country who have never been to CMA Fest, imagine the worst circus you could ever imagine, and then it's worse than that. No, that's only for locals. But no, it's a great festival. Stages, I think there are 11 stages this year. 5 of them are free. Fanfare acts, the signings, the meet and greets, all fan club parties.
Oh yeah,
it's insane.
It really is. It's busy. There's a lot of roadblocks, and I mean they totally just blocked the whole downtown off. And
yeah, I was trying to get around last night prior to the
Trying
CMC
to.
one. Yeah, I called a lift, and it's like I needed to be at 3rd. The closest I could get to was 5th, and it's like I'll walk. I'll just walk. It's faster.
Yeah. We came in. We played last night, Country for a Cause. And as we were coming into town, it was like out on 40. It was like it was standstill, and then you get in town, and it was even worse. And then trying to find a place to park after we got
don't
there.
have to mortgage your house for.
Yeah. But we lucked out, found a spot, and then we're sitting there. I'd already done my part in the show, and we were sitting there listening to everybody else. It was a great night, amazing night.
Yeah, the Country for a Cause show is a big deal.
Raised a lot of money for the Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, and of course just getting to sit there and saw T. Graham Brown and
His
Crystal
penis.
Gale. Yeah. It was awesome, sit there and just listen to them. I mean, it's listened to growing up, and it's like, this is just crazy,
Yeah, it's funny, I was doing an interview a couple of years ago with Exile, which just blew me away.
Yeah.
But we're taking pictures of T. Graham Brown photobombs us.
Oh, really?
It was like August, and he was doing photos for Christmas, so it was this really loud red, white, green Christmas tree jacket he had.
He probably had lights on it too, knowing him. Yeah, he had this bright one on last night. It had parrots and
Not the master of understatement.
Yeah. He doesn't fly under the radar when he comes.
Not at all. Never has.
Yeah.
So Country for the Cause you did last night. What have you got coming up this weekend?
I've got I got Printer's Alley. I think that's tonight. What else have I got going on? I got my Wranglers.
The handlers can speak.
Let's see here.
Oh, you got your phone.
Let me.
That's okay.
Let me pull my schedule up here and tell you what I got going on. It's Indie Fest. That's what it is. Printer's Alley.
Indie Fest.
Yeah.
That's tonight.
That's tonight. Yeah. And then the Ultimate Fan Experience, the Valentine, is tomorrow.
That's a good club.
Yeah. So we get a little time singing and playing. And
you'll be out wandering around so people can say, "Hey, I remember you when you weren't really on Warner."
Yeah. Hey, I got a deal for you.
That's cool. You want to do another song?
Sure.
Go. Let's do the Andrew Dorff.
Yeah. This is such a, I don't know. I can't speak enough about this song. It's just such a simple, well-written, heartfelt song, that they wrote. It's called "You Should Be Here with Me." I love the way your lipstick matches your summer dress, and I bet you're just as pretty in the morning when your hair's a mess. Yeah, that's the side of you I'd really love to see. You should be here with me. I should be holding your hand. I know that I could be your man, and I could give you what you need. see him looking at every other girl in the room. How come he's not seeing all the things I can see in you? I'm sitting here hating that his hands there on your knee. You should be here with me. I should be holding your hand. I know that I could be your man, and I could give you what you need. You should be here with me, laughing at some stupid joke, me telling you I told you so, that certain things are meant to be. You should be here with me, here with me, here with me. You should be here with me. I should be holding your hand. I know that I could be your man, and I could give you what you need. You should be here with me, here with me, here with me.
That's cool. I can't tell you how many times that I've been sitting across from somebody in that sofa and heard them perform and think, why aren't you big? And man, that goes for you. It's
Wow.
like, man, I don't know what the hell some people are thinking, but you've got it, man.
Well, thank you.
I
I appreciate that, Camo. Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. This was fun.
You'll regret it later.
Oh, I'm sure I will. Have I got a deal for you?
Yeah. But seriously, thanks for being on the show. I want you to come back again. And
Well, thank you.
You've got things, you're welcome here anytime. We've got
thank you.
stuff to talk about. So
I'd love to come back. Thank you.
Make sure you catch him during CMA festivities this week. CMA festivities? Whatever.
Festivities.
Festivities. Yeah, thank you for
Appreciate
being
it.
here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for watching the Nashville Access Facebook show with Camo. My special guest, James Wesley. Go out, check him out on social media, buy his music, stream his music, and you too will be saying, why isn't this guy big? So you can make him big by doing all that stuff.
Amen.
Right. Thanks for watching. We're presented, as usual, by Solis North Gulch Apartments. Make sure you catch me every Saturday afternoon on Hippie Radio 94.5 from 3 to 7. Every Sunday at midday across the UK on Chris Country. And every Thursday morning with Jody Crosby and John Wolf on 88.9 Tamworth FM. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.